I've worked at Meramec Spring Park since 2008, and at that time I worked for the Missouri Department of Conservation. I was here as an assistant hatchery manager and hatchery manager raising the fish for the trout park, and then in 2019 I switched organizations to become the director of the James Foundation, which is a private non-for-profit organization, and we manage everything else in the park besides the fish. I have a BS or Bachelor of Science degree from Truman State University in biology with a minor in chemistry. Thumbnail of the park, Meramec Spring Park is probably one of the most beautiful hidden treasures of Missouri. It is a 1,600 acre private non-for-profit organization. It was started back in the 1800s as the first ironworks west of the Mississippi. The last descendant of the property, Lucy Wortham James, wanted the place to be kept beautiful and in private ownership, so she set up the James Foundation, and we've been working hand in hand with the Missouri Department of Conservation to operate Meramec Spring Park as a trout park and also just place of beauty and recreation for people to come and visit. The trout hatchery itself is the 5th trout hatchery here in the state of Missouri. They raise around 100,000 rainbow trout each year. They are brought in as fingerling size, so about the size of your finger, and they grow them up from 3 inches up to 12.5 is the goal for their stocking size, and they will stock rainbow trout here for every day, March 1st to October 31st, anywhere from 200 to 2,000 fish. It all depends on how busy the park is going to be. They have a goal in mind, a ratio of how many fish per tags are sold. Right now it's around, I think, 1.8 is their goal, and on good years they can bump that up to around 2.25. So all these fish are hand counted. I don't care what anyone says, that they weren't put in, they weren't counted. Every single day those fish are counted out into a box one by one, and when the horn goes off at the end of the day, those fish are loaded up on a truck and driven downstream to our 3/4 stretch of Spring Branch, where they are spread out, thrown out, 25 here, 50 here, and so on. They have about 25 different stocking locations, and once they hit the water they'll spread out kind of on their own, but you know, they school up. And the trick to catching fish here is you fish where everyone else is fishing. So don't go off by yourself. If there's people there, that's where the fish are. Go fish right there. I would say about a 10-pound rainbow. Those are pretty uncommon. We do get some brown trout that are stocked in the Meramec River, which will run up just kind of like salmon do. They'll run up the Spring Branch and they'll jump this waterfall behind me and get right back into the spring pool. That's why you'll see a lot of big brown trout here in the spring pool. And once they're up here, we call them the tourist fish. They just get big and fat on fish food. That's one of the things I've been trying to focus on in the last 5 years since I've taken leadership of the James Foundation, is to expand what we can do here at the park. So you have pavilions, you can go picnicking. We have a campground with 86 campsites. 58 of those are electric hookup. We have 5 full hookup sites. There's hiking trails, pollinator fields if you're into bird watching or watching butterflies. So many things to do just here in the park. And then we have a very rich history of cultural artifacts. We have the old ironworks ruins here in the museum, here in the park, where you can see the old ironworks furnace. And then if you're lucky enough to be here on one of our concert days, we have music festivals, a summer concert series. We'll bring in bands from the region, and they set up in front of that furnace and light it up at night, and it's just kind of a magical setting, and people really have a good time there. Sure. The museum has 2 parts. We call it the Meramec Museum. It focuses on kind of the hydrology of the area and why this spring is pumping out 100 million gallons a day. The recharge area. She has a lot of natural exhibits, so different animals, what to see here in the local area. And then it also has a section on the cultural history of Meramec Spring Park. So what the furnace used to look like, what the area had around it. At one time, the James family, who owned the ironworks, had 10,000 acres of forested land around here where they were cutting down the timber to make charcoal, to smelt the iron ore that was here on the property and turn that into iron goods for the development of the westward expansion. The cost to come in is $5 per car, or $50 for a season pass, and that gets you into all of our events and activities throughout the year. Go to our website, www.meramecspringpark.com, and you can learn all you want right there.